So some of you might have saw the video I posted already. I posted a video earlier. And I wasn't going to say anything else about this topic, the situation. I was going to let God deal with it. I was going to just pray in the background and not post any more videos. But God wanted it urgently put out there because he wants this woman judged. He wants her and her family judged. He let me know. They had been targeting me and my family for years. And over the weekend, like I told you, over the past few days, I probably had a heart attack. I nearly died. And this woman keeps putting her burdens upon me and my daughter. This is why I exposed everything. Because she keeps putting her burdens upon us instead of going to God. The whole family putting their burdens upon us, putting their burdens upon my child. My teenage daughter's 19 years old. She put her burdens upon my son, who's only 17. He lost his entire life. He lost his education because what she's done, binding her son to my son's soul, swapping his life, taking his destiny, hijacking it. And see, the reason why I'm talking about it right now, because see, for years, this woman has been taking things from us, taking our beauty, our looks, our skin complexion, our hair texture, our talents, our gifts, our knowledge, all of these things, and putting their burdens upon us, putting their fat upon us. We were not big people. We were very small. I have two small parents who were small all their lives. We were very small. I had a nice athletic build, and I was gaining weight since I was young, and I was wondering where it would come from all out of nowhere. My stomach just got real big, and I just started gaining all this weight out of nowhere. And same thing happened to my daughter, if you can see her. And see, the reason why I'm talking about this is because, see, this woman likes to make justifications. She's binding herself to my soul, been in my soul for years, passing her burdens upon me. And she likes to make justifications. She'll have videos pop up on my page, or she'll try to make me feel sorry, show me videos. I started seeing all these videos come up on my YouTube channel about colorism. And see, this is the problem. This is where all this started off, because this woman obviously had an issue or insecurity of being dark skinned and growing up in a house with, I guess, three light skinned siblings. And she makes that seem as if this excuse. And see, here's the thing. This is what I want to say briefly, because I'm not going to drag this on. There is no justification for what you have done. I'm going to say that again. There is no justification for what you have done. I understand and empathize with whatever abuses you felt, or whatever mistreatment you felt, or you felt that you were probably rejected because of your skin color and what people said to you, or might have teased you. You talk a lot about people teasing you because you were a dark-skinned woman or dark-skinned girl. I understand that. Many people have been teased because of their dark skin. Many people have been teased for other reasons. I was teased in school. I talked about I was teased. I was mistreated and rejected by my own family and teased in school. I wasn't dark skinned, but I was teased for other reasons. I was picked on as well. And see, this is the thing. There are many dark-skinned women right now. Dark-skinned women who've gone on and gotten over the pain. They've allowed themselves to heal, and they have overcome. They have used all the things that happened to them, and they have empowered themselves. They didn't go around and cast their burdens upon other people. I don't have any empathy for you, because what you have done, you have taken what you have gone through, and the fact that you have gone through this difficulty and these trials and tribulations, and you use it as a reason to cast your burdens upon other people and do evil to other people. People who have done nothing to you. I've done nothing to you. My daughter did nothing to you. And that does not justify a 40-year-old woman, a woman who was an adult, to cast her burdens for my young daughter. You've been messing with my daughter since she was 8 years old, to take her skin complexion from her, take her hair, take her beauty, take your fat and put it upon her, put it upon me, destroy our skin to the point it looks so bad, putting all your eczema on us. That does not give you the right to do what you've done. And so you want to sit here and keep justifying it because, oh, you were teased as a child because you were dark skinned. No, you're supposed to overcome that, like many women. There are many women you can see today who embrace how dark they are. They embrace their beautiful skin color. They embrace how big they are. If they're big bone, people embrace all types of sizes and shapes. They embrace their kinky nappy hair. There is no reason. And so you want people to feel sorry for you. You want to keep justifying it, and you want to get away with it. Instead of taking accountability, then you want to point the finger at everybody else. And here's the thing. You cast all your burdens upon me for years, put all your burdens upon my daughter, put your burdens upon my son. Then you got the audacity to get upset and talk about, in your blog, talk about me messing with your son. I didn't do anything to your son, but to get offensive about someone doing something to your son when you've been targeting my children for years. If you really had an issue with how dark you were, you had three bright-skinned siblings. If you really wanted to take somebody's skin color, they could have shared their skin color with you. Look at your sister. She's way lighter than I am, high yellow, could pass for white. Your brother as well. You could have cast the burdens upon them. You could have bound your souls to them and took their skin color. You didn't have to put your burdens upon me and my children. You just did it to be wicked and evil. And that is why God's going to be judging you. I've carried your burdens for years. And for years, God had me. When you put your fat upon me, I lost the weight. There's some days where I sat here where I knew you were putting your burdens on me. I would gain all this weight out of nowhere. I wouldn't say anything. I would just sit there and allow you to, because I knew you were struggling with it, with your low self-esteem issues. And I would sit there and I would allow you to put your burdens for me. I wouldn't say anything about it, because I knew you were going out and the Lord had allowed me to empathize with you. But the point is, you continue to do it. It was not meant for you to use it as a crutch and to continue to keep putting your burdens for me. The Lord allowed me to carry your burdens so that you can become healed. I prayed for you numerous times, but you did not want God. You did not want to come to him and pick up your cross and carry it. You wanted everyone to feel sorry for you and carry the burdens themselves. You wanted everybody to carry your burdens and allow you to get away with what you want, and you wanted to use a scapegoat to be able to do whatever you want to do with everybody else. You allowed your hatred and your bitterness of how you were treated. You harbored unforgiveness, and you allowed that to make you evil. You allowed that to justify what you've done to others. You think it justifies it, but no. See, God allowed me to say something because, see, you have abused my daughter. What you have gone through does not give you the right to violate and sexually violate my daughter. Put your burdens upon her. Put your mental illnesses upon her. Destroy my son to the point where he has no knowledge in his brain. His entire education was ruined. You hijacked our lives. You bothered us. We don't bother you. You bothered this family, and you continue to target us, you. And then you brought your niece and everybody else along with it. You raised your niece of have her binding herself to my soul. Now the Lord already let me know. And I've seen many instances of her. You stole my voice. You stole everything from me for years. I cannot live out my life. I sat here on welfare bearing your shame. I sat here and bore all of your shame, everything you did not like about yourself, you and your family, because they wanted to cover up everything because they were filled with their pride. And you all did not like how you were. Instead of going to God and embracing yourselves, you've had me and my children bear your burdens of all of your perverse spirits, all of your burdens of all your generational curses and sins because you don't want to go to God, your gluttony, your obesity, your big bones, you didn't like your big bodies because you were large, you had larger feet and all that stuff. You put all that stuff on us. You put your dark skin on us. You didn't like your dark skin, so you stole our complexion. You didn't like your kinky hair, so you changed our complexion, even though we had fine hair. You took everything you didn't like about your large nose. You had wide nose, wide nostrils. Everything you hated about yourself, you cast it upon us. If you didn't feel knowledgeable, you didn't feel as if you were articulate, or you didn't have good vocabulary. So you took that from us. Everything you didn't like about us, your poverty, you put that on us, and we bore it our entire lives. We bore your shame. Yes, you were allowed to go on and achieve accomplishments and have all these endeavors and have people hail you as a businesswoman. While I was the one who was labeled crazy, schizophrenic, because you cast your mental illnesses on us. I was the one that was on poverty and welfare my entire life, walking into places where 20-year-olds are there. I lived the same poverty and bondage since I was a teenager. Since I was a teenage mom, I even bore that for you. I bore everything. You all cast all of your burdens upon you, and other people have cast your burdens upon this family. Everything. And I bore that shame for years. I am 43 years old. Never owned a home. Never had anything, never obtained anything, sitting here on welfare, never allowed to get married, never had anything, never accomplished anything, never even had a real career, because you all have cast your burdens upon us, and you think that that's okay because you wanted to cover up your shame. That was not our shame to bear. See, I came to God a long time ago. My mother came to God. That was the difference. She came to God, and he delivered our family. See, it says, you seek ye first kingdom of God, all these things should be added unto you. That was not our burden. He says, the thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy, but he's come to have so we can have life and have it more abundantly. We came to God, we served him. But you cast your burdens upon us and use witchcraft and sorcery to hijack things that belong to me and my children. So yes, you were allowed to give your son a good education. You were allowed to achieve things and run a business, be a business owner, and accomplish things you can boast about having money. While I sit here with no money in my bank, I sit here living on welfare and food stamps. I sit here with my lights getting cut off, not having enough money to even pay my bills. I sit here with no car, stuck in the house with me and my children. Like I said, my son can't go get his education. You have stolen everything from us, and we have carried your burdens. I don't really care who cares about it. Like I said, those who are justifying the wicked, they're an abomination to God. For years, we have put up with the abuse and oppression of this family, and no one has spoken out of anything. Everyone has covered up everything they've done to us and continue to protect them and hide. This was never our burden to carry, but God allowed me to carry it because no one else will step up. No one else will step up. It's like a college graduate just graduating from college and school and walking to a business and expected to run the entire company without getting any type of skills or putting in the experience in the years and gradually moving up and being promoted. I was thrust out there right away because no one else would do what they were supposed to have done. And I had to deal with these people, and they would not carry their burdens. And as a result, my children lost their lives. I lost my life. You know the shame we felt. I had to have my children taken out of this house, put in foster care. Lord already let me know none of those things. We would not experience any of those things had you all not have stolen and hijacked our lives. And yes, this is why I put this stuff up here. Because it's been going on for too long, and God says it's enough. He gave you chances, and you just continue to keep taking advantage of it, putting your burdens on us, not going to him, not doing anything to get yourself healing. You can't keep justifying and using that as an excuse, especially when you're messing with children. You've been targeting my kids since they were young. My 19-year-old daughter should not be carrying your burdens, and you're a 40-year-old woman. She should not be carrying the burdens of you and your family. My son shouldn't have had to carry your burdens. I should not have had to carry the burdens of your family. You took everything from us, put your burdens upon us, having us eating, gorging on junk foods, all this stuff, everything. You put your burdens upon this family instead of going to God and allowing him to help you, allowing yourself to get healing and deliverance from him. And this is why I'm exposing. This is why God allowed me to expose these things. If whoever has a problem with it, I don't care. You don't have to follow me. You don't have to watch my channels, my videos anymore. You don't have to subscribe to me. I won't lose any sleep over it. Trust me. Because what is wicked is wicked. It's evil. And I'm quite sure any of you would not have allowed or even wanted this to happen to you and your families. You would not have wanted to carry around these burdens and have everything taken from you and your children and your family, and to suffer in this type of way, having people sexually violating your children, stealing things from them, taking their knowledge, everything they had worked for. We gone to school for years, and you strip them of their knowledge, strip us of our knowledge. We sit here, can't even get a job, can't work, can't have anything, looked down upon, living a life filled with poverty for years, for decades, while everybody else gets to reap off of us, reap off of our talents, our gifts, come and keep taking things out of us every single day. Saying, oh, we're supposed to share, but what are you sharing? We're not supposed to share our bodies. We're not supposed to share in the knowledge that God put inside of us. That's not what we're supposed to share. That's not what he meant by that. If you need food, I can give you food, but you're not supposed to take my knowledge out of my brain. You're not supposed to take my DNA and attach yourself and bind yourself to my soul and take my beauty and my looks and my hair and whatever else God has given me. You're not supposed to do that. That's not what he meant by that, and you know it. Like I said, once you gained all your money off of everything, you gave us nothing. We get on here and we ask for money. Even when we were down there in Florida, we were all sleeping outside on the streets. No one gave us anything. Everybody has reaped off of taking from us. Now, only a few people gave us a few dollars, but you who have reaped the most off of us didn't give us a thing. That's the thing. This is what we talked about. When you steal from your brother, then you don't even want to help him. I don't call you my brother, because a brother does not treat their brother like that. I speak out because I nearly died. I speak out because God wants it exposed. And all those who held a blind eye, who were in positions of authority, God's going to be judging you because you allowed this to happen to children. You took me out of this house. If you recall this,
the police came and escorted me here because they're going to take me to the mental hospital.
I thought I had a mental illness because I was bared. This woman put her burdens upon me. But you allow men and women to sit here and cast their burdens from me and my children, violate us, antagonize us, use sorcery and witchcraft to assault us. It's assault. It's assault. And we had to carry your burdens. But God's not going to allow you in his kingdom because, see, you did not make penance. He gave you ample opportunities to make it right. Everything you've done to this family. But you continue to keep justifying it and pointing fingers at everybody else, playing victim, instead of being accountable for what you have done, for what you have done to me and my family. You and your entire family have cast their burdens upon us for many years. Many years. And God has allowed you many chances. Many chances. And I prayed for you numerous times. Pray for you to have mercy. But we can't do this anymore. When my daughter's sitting here carrying your burdens, you have a young girl, 19-year-old girl, barely lived her life. You took her life from her, stole her innocence. She's cast off, put in foster care, abused, all that covered up. You think God's pleased with any of this stuff? I was supposed to have a husband, marriage, you get to talk about what you want, dating and perpetrating, putting your fat upon me for years. I couldn't even have what I was supposed to have had. We lost out on our lives. You basically murdered us. It's murder. That's what you did. You murdered us. And like I said, I told God, like I said, when you kept on putting that fat on me, and I nearly had a heart attack over these past few days, I told God, Lord, if you want this woman to take me out of here, that's okay. Because I'd rather, if that's what he decides, that'd be better than you coming and stealing from me every day, casting your burdens upon me. It was wrong what God allows you to do to this family. But he loved you so much. He was so merciful and long-suffering. And he didn't want you to lose your soul because he knew what awaited for you. So he allowed me and my children to suffer. Yes, he did. And that's something that hurts. It hurts because I had to watch my children lose their lives. My son mad when he goes in the kitchen and had to kill roaches crawling all over our house because we're living in this poverty and bondage. Feeling ashamed because at 17 years old, he can barely do basic math calculations. He was teased. He was a handsome young man, handsome, bright, outgoing, athletic, knowledgeable, talented, gifted. But he had to be made fun of, ridiculed, talked about how dumb he was, how ugly he was, how slow he was. He had to bear that shame that was not meant for him because your family cast that shame upon my family, you and other people, the entire kingdom of darkness. But God says vengeance is his. We lost our lives, but one day he will repay. He's going to get vengeance on our behalf.